What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with the next Coffee and Clash video. As always, I will not be responding to comments in the comment section, but please leave me questions for future videos. Let's get right to it. Mike Gomer. Hey, Jake, maybe a Coffee and Clash question. Wish there was another way to ask you a question, but obviously unrealistic. I'm currently working towards taking over a YouTube channel for a well-established clan to do their war recaps and live footage. It's my first time doing anything like this and was wondering if you have some, quote, do's and don'ts for someone new to the recap game. I've been a subscriber for a long time, and your footage alone has led me to where I am today and want to do as good a job as you have attracting players for our family. Thanks in advance. Wiser. Honestly, the only do's and don'ts I would say is just be yourself. Don't try to be overly entertaining, or it's fine to have some humor in there, but let it be humor of that's actually you. That'll come through in the videos. And if it's not something you enjoy, if it's not a video you like making, that will actually come through in the videos as well. You'll be surprised what people can pick up on just through your voice. So do something that you would want to watch, and there's probably someone else out there that would want to watch it as well. I've always wanted to approach it from the learning aspect. Even if it's something you think is simple, show them, teach them something that you would have wanted to know as you came into the game and as you progress through the game, because more than likely there's someone in that same spot at that same level that doesn't know it, and they're going to really appreciate it. And once you teach someone something that is really valuable to them, you've pretty much got them. They're going to come back to you for more of that. So just be yourself, teach them something, and I think you'll do fine, man. Good luck. Adam Lieberman. Hey, Jake, love the videos, bro. Do you ever watch other YouTubers to maybe learn something new, or to One Hive create their own attack styles? I don't have time really to watch other YouTubers. The only time I do is when someone sends me a video. Hey, you need to check this out. Specifically, I will watch videos then. But just like as far as like subscribing to someone and watch everything they put out, I wish I had time to do that. I used to. I just don't anymore. But we do learn from other people. Other people in the clan watch YouTube, and we learn things from that, and we also come up with our own stuff. So it's a combination of both. Mitch Boy, do you prefer facing a modding clan in a war or having a farm war? And also, do you find that facing modding clans is unfair and not fun for you, or do you like the challenge? I found this question really interesting because I went back and forth. I hate modding clans, and not that I hate the people, I just hate the fact that they cheat. And it can be very frustrating because they start doing those 0% scout attacks and all the things that they do, and you're like, oh, it just drives you crazy. But they do tend to have better bases. Some modding clans actually don't have real great bases, but they're a whole lot better than your normal farming war. So that part is fun, but then it reminds you of how broken the game is, and so that part's not. So it's a tough call. I guess I would have to say both. I would get my fill of modding clans, but I would also get my fill of farming clans. So maybe one thrown in there every once in a while isn't so bad. Jacob Rendenbaugh. I don't want to sound dumb by asking this, but do we need to be verified or vetted before we throw up a hashtag FPC, Fair Play Community, on our banner? Where does the line go between a loose coordination of like-minded people who want to play the game fairly and be associated with others in that mindset, and the uber top tier cliquey group of clans, Illuminati, that only want to match each other? No, dude, if you are simply of the mindset that you do not like cheating, you don't use it, you don't encourage it, you don't look the other way, you have a zero tolerance policy, which means if you catch someone, they're immediately removed, then you are a part of the fair play community, whether you put up the banner or not. That's all that it's about. The Bindle chat in the forums and all that is just a place for fair play clans to find each other to arrange wars. But you guys, judging from your comment, are part of the fair play community. So if you want to display that and be proud of it, absolutely, put it up, man. Brent Hudson. Hey, Jake, thanks for all you do for the war community. You bet, man. Is there a way to tell when an archer queen will jump a wall versus when she will stay behind and wreak havoc on my kill squad as they are beating on that wall that I thought she was going to jump over? Thanks. Yes and no. There's some gray area there. If the Archer Queen's platform is like one tile away from the wall, she's going to jump over. If it's 2 tiles away, as long as there is some kind of building or defense to stop one of your troops, your troops aren't going to go straight to the wall. If they go straight to the wall, then she's going to stand behind it. But if there's anything that's going to stop your troops just a little bit away from the wall, she's going to jump it. 3 spaces is where you really get into no man's land, and if it's 3 spaces away, you better bring some wall breakers or a jump spell, because she could jump it if it's perfect and it goes just right, or she might stand right behind it. So 1 and 2 spaces, you can kind of, depending on what's in front of her and where you're going to be coming from, predict whether she'll jump or not. 3, 4 spaces, it's anybody's guess. Savage Sleuts. Hey, Jake, CNC question. Have you ever met a fan or been recognized in public? If so, how did it go? No, I have not. I don't know if that'll ever happen. It'd be pretty cool if it did, but I've never had it happen yet. I don't know if you heard or if people listening have heard, but I will be going to Houston on December 5th for a Clash meetup event that some Houston Clashers are putting on. So I'm excited about that. It'll be the first time. I've already had some fans message me saying, hey, I'm going. I'll be there. So I am excited to get to meet some of you guys. I know it's a small, portion or percentage, but nothing I can do about that. You just got to pick a place and go. And these guys were putting on the event, and a few others from One Hive were going. So I decided to tag along and show up down there. So hopefully I get to meet some of you guys, and maybe someday it'll happen that someone just walks up and say, hey, aren't you, Jake from One Hive? But as of now, that has never happened. Daniel Hollick, Coffee and Clash question. Hey, Jake, do you think it's bad to be talking and answering questions about this mod crap? To be honest, I never heard of modding till I watched anti-mod videos by you. Do you think it's bad to introduce to new players, even if it's in an anti-viewpoint? I know what you're saying, but you have to understand that for a year, that was the strategy of not only me or other YouTubers, but Clash and everybody else was, don't talk about it, don't. There was even Hulk in his stream at the first, when he first started streaming, he would just ban people if they even said the word mod. No one talked about it. It was just don't ask, don't tell. Well, we saw how far that got us. That policy failed, and it spread like wildfire still. So at this point, honestly, I just assume it get to the point that it's so bad the game either collapses or Supercell has no choice but to do something about it. Damn the money, we've got to fix it, or everyone leaves because it's so overrun with cheaters. So honestly, it doesn't bother me to talk about it at this point. It's out there. It's a huge problem. It's ruining the game. So, if they're not going to fix it, let's get it over with. Brian Klein. Hey, Jake, love the videos. They have helped me a lot. I'm really glad to hear that, man. So I have 2 questions. First, in your opinion, if you are a serious war clan, do you have to war constantly, or could you do 2 or 3 wars a week with a few hours break in between each war? Second, I consider myself a Clash purist, so I don't buy gems. If I were to apply to One Hive with this mentality, does it automatically get my application thrown out? Thanks, Jay Clash on. Good questions. As far as the being a war constantly to be a serious war clan, I don't think so, except you are going to be at a disadvantage. We as fair play players get so little practice in war that to give up just because you want to have a more leisurely schedule like that, which is fine. You need to be playing the game for fun, however that is. Whatever's fun for you, that's what you need to be doing. Probably does put you at a bit of a disadvantage going against someone that if you think about extrapolating that over 6 months' time, that's quite a bit more practice than what you guys have gotten. Not saying it can't be done, and there's nothing wrong with doing it that way, but I think you might be setting yourself back a little bit. And as far as the gem situation, I understand people not wanting to spend money on a game. It's a free-to-play game, and you can play it that way. However, when you want to play at the very high level of something like our clan, I guess we're just sort of the mindset that, spending a little bit of money might be a requirement. It's not that it's directly a requirement, but you got to have your heroes for arranged wars. You got to have your heroes up for tough wars. We can't just be having them down because you're upgrading. So just sort of a consequence of that is that you might have to spend some money. But to spend $5-10 on a game that you want to play at a very high level, I guess we look at that as an acceptable cost or trade-off. So it kind of probably knocks you out if you're just saying, I absolutely will not do it. Amen Hinza. Hey, Jake, do you ever recognize some of your old school subscribers, or do all the comments just kind of mesh together since you reply to so many? Both. If someone like yourself that does not have an actual thumbnail, a picture, an avatar, whatever you want to call it, it makes it very hard just to remember the name. But if someone has a picture and they comment a lot, I get to know those more than I do the names. So I do remember some, and I recognize them, but sometimes they run together because I read all of them, and it's a lot. Like this guy right here, well, I do remember this name rings a bell. I think I've answered one of his questions before. 12321 DJ Jones. The second or maybe third question about the people who have stopped modding. This actually affects me. About 3 months ago, I completely deleted the mod, which I'm proud of you for, man. I haven't used it since and won't re-download it ever again, and consider myself fair play, which I think you should. You probably are fair play now in my book as well. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Why would I not be allowed in a zero tolerance clan? I just want to clarify. Thanks, Jason. Nice video. I would also like to point out that I'm back to where I was a very, very long time ago, trying to perfect my attacks without mods, and it's so much more fun. I'm sure it is. The problem is this: when you are under the microscope like we are at One Hive, to where we're a well-known war clan that has a very strong stance against modding and cheating. The risk of taking someone that has cheated in the past is just not worth it to all of the hard work that people have put into it to be fair play. And I know some people won't understand that, and it will be like, that's stupid, that's crazy, whatever. It doesn't mean that you can't. There's a lot of clans that probably don't feel the same way that are fair play clans. And I do think you're probably what I would consider fair play at this point. But what you have to remember is, let's say I downloaded a cheat and did it for 6 months and then uninstalled it with the intention never to do it again. I forever have an advantage over everyone I go against that is actually fair play. I had the ability to practice and raid and learn as much in those 6 months as they ever will in this game if they played it for 5 years. I could raid 100 times a day if I wanted to. And that's just, it doesn't fit into our philosophy. So as far as One Hive's concerned, you would not be eligible, but I'm sure there are some fair play clans that would consider you still fair play, and I wouldn't fault them for that. I would just say it doesn't work for us. I hope that makes sense. Aristotle Valanatos, he call me Ari. Hey Jake, just wanted to comment on the quote future of Clash of Clans video that you posted. Right, this one. Do you think Supercell has employees and or developers that understand 2- and 3-star attacks and know how to properly balance the game at every town hall level to make it more fun for both of these player demographics? And if so, why is it that Town Hall 10 has been so unbalanced for such a long time? I feel your pain when it comes to spelling. Just call me Ari. I think they do. I think they have some developers that absolutely understand it. I think they have developers that watch war channels such as mine. I think they have developers that enjoy war and understand the mechanics of the game at a very, very high level. I think there's constantly a struggle of trying to balance what we want, what we consider balance, and what trophy pushers consider balance. And it's two greatly different things. They want a difficult 2-star. We want a difficult 3-star. And can you do both? Probably not. My argument's always been that, it's already too easy to 2-star. I mean, if you've got 40 heroes, I mean, you got guys doing it. I think there's a comment here later. Let's see. Anyways, yeah, right here. I'm going to go ahead and roll this one in. From Ephraim LP3 Cronus. Hey Jake, love Coffee and Clash. It's become my new favorite series of yours. Thank you. So last video you mentioned an offensive buff for Town Hall 10 because they're so hard to 3-star, but how would you balance that and why? With how easy it is to 2-star a Town Hall 10, as you've mentioned, the YouTubers have shown with eyes closed attacks, Noah's Arcs, etc. Thanks so much for the great work. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The 2-star game's already easy. If you've got 40 heroes, people are just making up compositions and 2-starring maxed out Town Hall 10 bases. So why not make it balanced for 3-stars? If you want to try to make Town Hall 11 that thing that's really, really tough to 2-star, even for a good attacker, a well planned out attack, okay, I might understand your argument there. But if it's already easy to 2-star, why not balance it for 3-star? That's been my argument all along anyways. I don't know what'll happen. We'll see. I hope there's a shift that I think is happening, moving towards 3-stars in this game. I could be wrong though. Steven Zoo, what's One Hive stance on account sharing? Account sharing is to me, there's 2 different kinds of account sharing. One is, hey man, my work called in, I can't get away, I need someone to do my attack for me. My daughter's sick, had to take her to the doctor, I need someone to do my attack for me. That is okay. Or, hey, I'm opting out this war, but we need a 76k base to match up in a range war. You guys can use my account. No intention of cheating or trying to get your best attackers to do it, but just making it work because this is a game and life happens. Then there's the flip side of ringers and hitters and hey, we're in a close war. I'm not good enough to 3-star this base. Let's bring someone in that can. That's weak. That's cheating. That is something that we would never do. Just life happening, or we need that account and they're not able to do the war, and letting someone else play it that might not even be in the war. That to me is totally different. So we'd see both ways of it. Fabian Bouchert Olsen, CNC question: Do you think people prefer Go Wipe over 3-star attacks in war because they are easy and simple, no-brainer attacks compared to Go Ho, La Lune, etc.? Greetings from FYSB clan family. What's up, FYSB? Still one of my favorite wars against FYSB. That was so epic. I think that's part of it for some people, at least. They don't want to spend 30, 45 minutes, analyzing a base and planning an attack. That's not fun to them, which I understand. No hate there at all. Go Wipe, you just pick an angle that looks right and send the same exact attack style in every time. So if that's fun for them, that's great. I think that's part of it, but I've also said in my letter to Supercell, I think the other part is because they have no idea what else is out there. They have no idea what a Go-Ho is. They have no idea what a La Lune is, and so on. And if they were exposed to it, at least a certain percentage of them would enjoy it and would latch on to it, and you would see the war community grow. That's why I want Supercell to change what they're doing and put that out there for us. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's not looking real hopeful at this point, but you never know what they'll do in the future. Velvet Gaming, Coffee and Clash, who raps better, Scott the Swimmer or Cheatham? I don't know because I've never heard Scott the Swimmer rap, but Cheatham is hilariously awesome, actually. I don't know if you guys have never been on his stream or heard his raps. It's some of the best white guy rapping you'll ever hear. So check him out, and if you get on there, ask him to tell him you heard about it on my CNC video, and ask him to play the rap for you. Honey Badger don't care. That's the truth. Hey Jake, do you think it's a good idea for clans that are just starting to learn the 3-star strategies to do Go Wipe or Go Wee Wee for their first attack to try and guarantee a 2-star, and then for their second attacks practice the 3-star strategies and try to get a 3rd star, basically a cleanup attack? I'm only talking about the Town Hall 9s because most of the time if they're a 3-star strategy you are using don't go well, you are most likely going to, why am I having trouble with this? You are most likely going to be getting 1 or 2, 1-star or no stars. I'm not sure why the last part of that didn't flow right for me. But anyways, I know what you're saying, and what I would recommend is what we used to do. It was a system that you actually went up the map and you picked a level that you are confident we should be able to 3-star all of these bases below this. The ones above it, 2 stars what we're going for. If we can get a 3, if we got extra Town Hall 9 attacks, we can go for 3 stars. Let's go for it. Watch the video I put out a long time ago called Hardcore Clan War Mentality. That'll talk more about it, or Hardcore War Clan Mentality. But basically that's it. You start and you set the bar where you think it needs to be, and be realistic of what you think you can 3-star, and it's fine to go for 2 stars above that, but go for 3 stars for that base and below. And then as your clan grows and gets better and improves, move that bar up the map, and before you know it, you'll be looking at those top Town Hall 9s saying, yeah, I think we can 3-star those. So check that video out. I think it'll make more sense to you. Cryptic War Raids. Hey Jake, I hope you're having a good day. I am. Hope you are as well. Do you think that a clan hunting is a good thing or a bad thing, and why? I think it's a bad thing, especially now, because there is, whether you're a modding clan, whether you're a fair play clan, whether you're a very good or you're a beginner, there are people out there that are willing to match you. You don't have to hunt. It can be amicable, it can be fair, and you can match up evenly. So hunting is probably just looking for an unfair advantage against a clan that's not at your level. So I think it's bad. All right, guys, that will do it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, Jake from One Hive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.